So we see after the death of Herod that it was okay for them to come back. And again, once you flee and the people stayed for the period of time and the time was up, they always came back. It was temporary. This fleeing is temporary. And I'm gonna say this again because the last video got cut out. It says Yahuah through the prophet saying, out of Egypt I call my son. Of course they got that's coming from Hosea 11:1. He says, out of Egypt I've called my son. In the last days, I will show you this. In the last days, you will see the scripture being fulfilled. Once again, him out of Egypt calling his son. We should know this. If we of knowledge and understanding, we should beyond a shadow of a doubt know this. Okay, this sets me up for, I'm going to go into Jasher. I'm going to go deeper into Jasher, the book of Jasher, and I'm going to show how this famine that they dealt with during Joseph's time, Yahuah, when this famine was a famine like no other. So I want to go deeper into this famine to show you how this correlates with today, right now, in these last days. What's going to happen? What's coming? It fits perfect, like a hand in a glove, a perfect fit. This is Jasher 48:1. Listen to this. In those days after the death of Isaac, after the death of Isaac, Yahuah commanded and caused a famine upon the whole earth. In other words, this famine hit everywhere. Not one place on earth this famine did not hit. Never in history have they seen any famine like this. And this famine will happen again. And that's why I said, what's going to come out of here is going to show you where we are today. But so we see the Most High commanding this famine. And why is he commanding this famine? He don't do things for nothing. Everything he do has a reason. It has a purpose. It has appointed time, and it's pointing to a certain people. It's the elect, and it's speaking to his people as to what time it is, as to where we're going, where we come from, and what we should do. Okay, this is, which chapter is this? This is Jasher 49 and verse 41. I just want to pull this one part out of here, out of 41. The river of Egypt that watereth the whole land of Egypt. So you must understand through scripture. You must know this. This is why the people always went to Egypt. You want to know why? This is one of the main reasons why. It's a place of fertile land. I'm going to show you that deeper. I'm going to show you that later on. It's a place of fertile land. It's a place of fruition. It makes things, you're talking about growing something. So the river of Egypt that watereth the whole land of Egypt. All right. This is chapter 50, Jasher. I'm going to stay in Jasher here. 50, and I'm going to read 28 through 32. And the famine prevailed throughout the land, and the famine was in all countries. So right here, we're seeing this famine is in all countries. But in the land of Egypt, there were produce for sale. Do you get this? So there's a time coming. This was a time that there was no food anywhere on earth except for Egypt. The Most High is speaking to his people. The Most High is talking to the elect, and he's telling them, get an understanding of what's going on with Egypt. Verse 29, and all the inhabitants of Egypt came to Joseph, Yahuah, to buy corn, for the famine prevailed over them, and all their corn was spoiled. And Joseph daily sold it to all the people of Egypt, all the inhabitants of the land of Canaan and Philistines, and those beyond Jordan, and the children of the east, and all the cities of the land far and near heard that there were corn in Egypt. So all these other regions, everybody, they knew where food was. They knew where corn was. And they all came to Egypt. Here we go. They all came to Egypt. Why did the Most High do this? Why he have the whole world coming to Egypt? What is he telling us concerning Egypt in scripture? You got to get this. To buy corn, for the famine prevailed over them. Verse 31. And Yahuah opened the stores of the corn and placed officers over them, and they daily stood and sold to all that came. And Yahuah knew that his brothers also would come to Egypt. He knew that they would come to Egypt to buy corn, for the famine prevailed throughout the earth. Once again, this famine prevailed throughout the earth. And Yahuah commanded all his people that they should cause it to be proclaimed throughout the land of Egypt. This is what he proclaimed. Everyone had to come, and they had to send their sons and not their servants. This is a very strategic plan. Yahuah was very wise, one of the most wise men we could know. This is Jasher 51:2. Behold, I hear that there is corn in Egypt, and all the people of the earth go there to purchase. What are we being told over and over and over? When there's a famine in the land and there's nowhere else, this is what the Most High said. I'm going to have it where there's no food nowhere but Egypt. See if I can get these people attention. Because these people in the last days, they're going to wake up out of their slumber, not know who they are. They will not know the place that I have set up in Scripture for them, for a place of refuge. Now, therefore, why will you show yourselves satisfied before the whole earth? Go you also down to Egypt, and buy us a little corn amongst those that come here, that we may not die. So if they didn't go to Egypt, they will die. Another thing, again, we are coming up on a time where this famine, there will be a famine in the earth, all over the entire earth, and there will be no food nowhere. Not Egypt. This time it will be in the wilderness. There will be no food nowhere except in the wilderness. And this is where the Most High will provide for his people. Okay, this is 52, chapter 52, 7 through 10, and then I'm going to read 20. And in those days the famine was sore throughout the land, and all the people of the earth went and came to Egypt to buy food, for the famine prevailed greatly amongst them. And the sons of Jacob remained in Canaan a year and 2 months until their corn was finished. So they stayed there and they ate the corn that they brought back, and their corn was finished. Watch what's going to happen here. And it came to pass that after their corn was finished, the whole house of Jacob was pinched with hunger. This is the mighty man Jacob here. This is Yahuah. His family was pinched with hunger. Look what his infants did. And all the infants of the sons of Jacob came together, and they approached Jacob. And they all surrounded him. These are his grandchildren. And they said to him, give us bread. And wherefore we shall die and perish through hunger in your presence? In other words, they had no food to eat, and they came to Yahuah. Here is a mighty man of the Most High, and he could not do anything. He was powerless right now at this point. He had the Most High on his side. No one knew what the Father was doing. Here's another instance when they didn't know what was going on and what he was doing, but his plan was being fulfilled. His plan was being carried out. His plan is being carried out right now, and people don't understand what he's doing. So Jacob heard the words of his sons' children, and he wept a great weeping, and his pity was roused for him. And Jacob called unto his sons, and they all came and sat before him. And this is when Jacob, he was telling them to go and return to get some bread. This is what verse 10 said. Jacob said to them, have you not seen how the children have been weeping over me this day, saying, give us bread? And there is none. Now therefore return. Here's another word. Return to me. Return to the land. Return and buy for us a little food. Where is, you people that's always hollering spiritual and this is spiritual. Where is spiritual here? Tell me, where is it? These people left and went and got food, unless if they didn't, they die. Okay, I'm strolling down to 20. He said, has you not seen all our infants weeping over you? This is Yahuah talking to Jasher here. He's talking to his father. Have you not seen the infants weeping over you through hunger? And there is no power in your hand. Listen to this. He's telling his father, Jasher, there's no power in your hand to satisfy them. And he's saying, let us go down, send our brothers with us so we may go. And we will go. Here's go. Here's go. They're going to do something physically. They physically going to get up and go down and get some more food. All right. This is 55, 1 through 4. Chapter 55, 1 through 4. Wait a minute. Let me go back. I need to do 22 and 23. And Jacob said unto his sons, I trust in Yahuah Elohim that he may deliver you and give you favor in the sight of the king of the Egyptians and in the sight of the men. Therefore he rise up, go to the man. So he's telling him to go here. This is when he's telling him, this is the word I want to bring out, go. He's telling him to get up, go. And they rose up and they went. This is what they did. This is what you have to do. Make sure I bring that word go out so you can see here. Okay, this is 55, 1 through 4. And it came to pass after this that Jacob said, I will go. Listen, he's saying, I will go and see my son in Egypt and will then come back to the land of Canaan, which the Most High spoke to Abraham, and I cannot leave the land of my birthplace. So he was saying he will go to Egypt, but he's going to come back to the land. But the Most High had, this wasn't in his plan. Behold, the word of Yahuah came unto him saying, go. Listen, here it is. I haven't even broke these words down yet. Just hold on. Go down to Egypt with all your household and remain there. He says, fear not to go down to Egypt. The Most High is telling you, fear not to go down to Egypt. And he says, and there I will make you a great nation. Fear not to go. Because they're going to tell you, you leave, you come out, where you going to go? You're going to go to Egypt to get killed. You're going to go there. You're going to go over there in that land to get killed. What these people don't know the Most High. Don't listen to these people. And Jacob said to himself, I will go and see my son. You know what? It's crazy. All these times I'm reading go, nowhere are we talking spiritual here. It's only nowadays when when they see the Most High tell us, go forth from the land of Babylon, flee Babylon, they say that's spiritual. But everywhere I'm showing you in scripture, it's physical. He says, I will go and see my son. He can't go and see him in the spirit. He says, I will go and see my son, whether he feared the Most High is yet in his heart. He wanted to know he still feared the Most High amidst all the inhabitants of Egypt, because he's in a land of another nation. And Yahuah said to Jacob, fear not, Joseph, for he still retains his integrity to serve me, as will seem good in thy sight. And Jacob rejoiced exceedingly concerning his son. So once again, we see here that his worries, he should not have. Those worries and concern he had, it was of naught. He wanted to know, and the Most High told him, don't worry about Jacob. He's serving me. He's doing what he's supposed to do. I want to show once again this picture. This is Goshen. This is the area we're reading about. This is where they're going to. And I want to leave you with this scripture here before this video finish. This is back at Dead Sea Scrolls. He says, look, this is Abraham. And on the night of our entry into Egypt, I, Abraham, dreamt a dream, and behold, I saw in my dream a cedar tree. This is not what I want. Hold on. This is the dream. I don't want the dream. Okay. And on the night of our entry into Egypt, that's the same thing. I will give, in the next video, I will pull the scripture out. This is not it.